What's up, YouTube? It's the Hood Trucker Fitness Channel. We talk everything fitness. I picked up this shirt at the mall out here in Atlanta. You know, I pick up. I'm a fan of T-shirts and different ideas and stuff like that because you know I'll be making them and stuff. Anyway, yeah, just the update. You know, we talking everything fitness over here, and we making some progress. So, however, kind of had a couple of setbacks. Uh, it was a rough week. I kind of got behind schedule. Um, they screwed me up, so I was like really running hard this week, driving. So I had to get to LA, and I didn't really have a lot of time. And so I was basically running what they call an 8-2 split. So normally we get 10 hours of sleep and then you take off. But then, you know, if you run an 8-2 split, then, you sleep, you have to take 8 hours, a minimum of 8 hours, and then later on you can get 2 hours. So that's why they call it 8-2 split. So I was pretty much running like that. And then it just, physically, I couldn't catch up, like, physically. Sleep and rest, all that kind of, because I was tired all the time, partially because of my shoulders. These things been killing me. Like, they've been, they've been whooping on me this whole week. Like, I can't sleep. Like, it feels like a toothache. I'm getting woke up and all that. So it was just a bad week. So, I got screwed over, in my load, and I got behind schedule. My toothache of a shoulder, and getting the proper rest was really difficult. So that was on the way to LA from Atlanta. So on the way back, I decided to pick up my furniture and bring it to Atlanta, and I could pretty much throw it in the back because I had some extra space back there in the truck. So went ahead and did that, but I had to do it by myself, and I had to load my furniture 4 different times. So although on the way to LA I didn't work out because I was under a time crunch, and then once I'm done driving I go to sleep, and then I wake up extra early because I got to take off in 8 hours. So I'm only getting like 6 hours sleep, depending on the business I had to take care of and all that. So then I can jump and go get in the shower, and then because that helps me wake up. So I gotta take a shower. So, but I'm limited. I have to make a choice because I only have a certain amount of showers because they're based on the fuel you get and all that kind of stuff, right? So on the way back, I stop and get the furniture. So I have to load the furniture onto a U-Haul truck. Then I have to take the U-Haul truck to the diesel truck and unload the U-Haul truck onto the diesel truck. So that's two. So every time I move that furniture, I gotta move it twice. Once from the storage to the U-Haul, get that loaded and packed in. Then I have to take it out and put it in my diesel so I can move it to Atlanta. So then I get all that done, and then I had to do it in a way that I had a specific day to deliver, but I had to be here a day ahead. So then I was extra crunch time, just like I was to going to LA, because I have to make sure that I'm here in a reasonable amount of time so that I can not only get here to get the stuff off of the truck, but do it in time to make the cutoff for the storage, which is 9 p.m. So I was I was on my hustle to get out here, just to make sure that I got here in time to be able to maneuver. And then not only that, the extra added pressure was if I don't make it here on time, I'm gonna be in a world of trouble because I'm gonna be trying to deliver a load that's supposed to be sealed, which we kind of did a little late, so I can be able to do everything. And the seal is just something they piece of it's like a piece of plastic or a piece of metal, just to prove that you didn't get in there, but they didn't check it on the way out, so I was fine. Uh, so again, I have to, I have to move that stuff, a couple times. So it was crazy because I have to make sure that I'm here in a timely manner. So um, I got here, I believe it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. I mean, like almost no sleep because I had to make it happen. So I get here, then I have to go get a. I have to go get. I had to get a lift to go to get the U-Haul, then come back, unload the truck, and do all that before 9 o'clock. Which I made it. Oh, and then the U-Haul place closes at 7. So I mean, it was just a hustle and bustle all last week. But I finally made it. I end up, making it to the storage on time. But, by the time it's said and done, I'm running, like I'm ripping and running all week, like time schedules and moving the furniture 4 times and all of that stuff to the point where I get here on my phone. When I finally deliver, get here, get it all situated, and get some rest. I was a deadbeat. So I had 2 days off. I was supposed to do some t-shirts. I was supposed to do a bunch of different things. But I mean, I once I laid down, it was a wrap. I mean, because here's what happened. So once I get delivered all that, now the guy I work for, he wants to go take the truck to get it serviced and all that kind of stuff. So I take it over there. So I'm still ripping and running. So I didn't get to my hotel until probably 7 o'clock at night. I delivered at 7 in the morning, and because I had to do all this and running around and all that, I did most of the stuff I did was personal business, but I was doing a bunch of running around for 12 hours or whatever it was, and I was up at 5. So by the time I got here, I went and grabbed some beer, grabbed something to eat, and got in that shower. I woke up. I woke up the next day probably like 10 or something like that. I never get up that late. So, and then I was just laying around, moving, just being lazy all day. I had no energy to do nothing. I mean, I'm here. Everything's comfortable. I got a suite over here, so I got plenty of room. I'm moving around, and I kind of got into the impeachment trial yesterday. Watching all the stuff. It was a little bit interesting for a while. And then I was supposed to do a bunch. Supposed to get on the t-shirts and all that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, but then So, needless to say, this entire time I've been talking, I haven't said anything about workout. So that's how my week was. My week was like really, really jam packed with a lot of stuff, and it happens. Sometimes it just happens. So ordinarily, I'm able to you know accommodate a workout, but just this week I just wasn't able to do it from a standpoint of, I kind of probably squeezed it in there, but I mean my time was so important. Me, because sometimes when I get on the workout, like I want to keep going because it makes me late sometimes. This particular situation, I could not be late because I had already argued with the guy I worked for and to tell him he was panicking because we had plenty of time, and then I realized I didn't have as much time as I thought. So I had to make it. Otherwise, I'm not going to have any credibility. So I had to get there, and then once I got there, I realized he was sending me straight back to Atlanta. So this is my opportunity to get my furniture out of Oklahoma and bring it to Atlanta. So I had to. And then on the way, there's weather because you're up on the 40. I normally run the 20 or the 10, where it's kind of more southerly, and the weather's a little better down there. It's not as, you don't get snow and stuff like as much as you do up there. So On the way back, I'm dealing with the snow and the weather and time crunch, all that stuff. Because here's the thing: once I get to Oklahoma, if I don't feel like I have enough time, I can't pick it up. And if I can't pick it up, that's more time. My stuff's gonna be there, and I still got to get it. So I want to take this opportunity to make sure I, get all my stuff. So that's just how it went. This week was horrible for the workout. For a couple of reasons. That was the main reason. Like, even if I wasn't injured, I probably wouldn't have tried to make enough time to work out, just because the time frame and my time issues were so significant that I couldn't afford to screw that up at all. Because a lot of times, if I'm working out, I got plenty of time. I could mess up a lot of time. I could take my time. I can work out for 2 hours, and I can go take an hour shower and just decompress and all that kind of stuff. I can do all that. I didn't have no opportunity to do none of that this time. So luckily, it was last week when I left here. I think I only been gone a week. So today is Thursday. I think I did a. I did last video was on the 3rd. Today's the 11th. So it was like 8 days. So it was roughly like a week, right? So not really a good week for exercise and workouts, but good from the standpoint of I made my appointment time in LA, because if I didn't, I would have heard it for forever, because I told him he was panicking and that kind of thing. Secondly, I got my stuff here in Atlanta, and that worked out. But the other thing is that since my shoulders are screwed up, I mean, I had a trouble sleeping here even. I mean, it was like just toothache. So, but this morning they feel better. Like, a part of me feels like it was a good thing to take. I know I made a video that said don't ever take a week off, but a part of me feels like this week, even though it was hustle and bustle and it was pretty much it wasn't my choice not to work out. It just happened that way. That it kind of benefited my shoulders a little bit from a couple of different standpoints. One, it was able to get rest. So anything that I'm ingesting, I think it has more opportunity to get nutrients to the places that it needs to go. Secondly, that I'm having to come up with different ways to exercise. Again, I had middle back problems, and that's because a long time ago I pushed a pile like that, and I pulled a muscle back there, and I have problems ever since. I've been really, really focused on rehabbing that area, like doing different muscular type of stuff to target. Like, even right now, it's painful, but it's a sore type of a painful, like a muscle soreness type of a pain, as opposed to a spinal type of a pain like it used to feel. And I used to feel like there was something going on with the spine there, but I think it's more muscle related, because I've been like really beating it up too, doing twists and stuff like that. I mean, I feel it all the surrounding muscles. So yeah, it's gonna take some time. So I focused more on that because I'm driving. I don't have time to do anything else. So the whole week I've been doing like posture type stuff. I'm just sitting behind the wheel, and I'm just doing posture stuff. I'm pushing down on the steering wheel. I'm pushing up on the steering wheel. I'm squeezing like this. So I'm doing a bunch of different core type stuff. And the other thing that I found was this. This morning, when I was taking a shower, we don't do no gym stuff. We don't go to the gym. So I try to find different ways to do exercise without needing a gym, or without feeling that I have to go to a gym. And so one of the things that I found is that, number one, I got shoulder issues, so I need to start working on my shoulders. So I'm doing, a lot of times I'll be in the truck and I'll raise one arm and do like that, and I'll raise the other arm, and because my shoulders are really weak, and I didn't know that until I started having pain in them. So my shoulders are super weak. So I need to. I mean, this is this is about pretty much what I can do. And I can put like 15s on these, and then so I need to address that. But what I found was, things we used to do, like older, when I was younger, the old school exercises, they still work. Like I was in the shower earlier, and I was doing these in the shower because I bent over, I leaned forward and let the hot water hit my middle back area and kind of warm it up a little bit. And as I was doing that, I kind of got a thought like some of the old exercises we used to do. And one of them was, I don't even know what they call these, but you bend down, you come down to like a squat, and then you come back up, and then you raise your arms. So all that is a hell of a motion because when I do this, even if it's not weighted, if I do this, right, because I'm injured, I feel it slightly in my injury. So when you're rehabbing, you got to target the pain. So you have to go after the pain. You don't avoid the pain, you go after the pain, right? So that's one of the things that I need to do. If it's hurting over here, it's slightly hurting over here, and either way, if it's hurting, then I'm weak there, and I've pulled it or something, and I need to go ahead and address it. So as far but the middle back, the low back, all that back stuff is connected. So when I'm having problems with my middle back, it kind of radiates down to the lower back, and sometimes even to like my glutes right here. So to kind of work on those things in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I would have been thinking about it this week, I could have just did these in the shower. Now I really was taking like 5-10 minute showers, so I really didn't have a lot of time to do that anyway. But I mean, if you just do enough of these, I'm trying to get winded already. If you just do enough of these, I mean, that's working on your core and you're getting some leg work in there in the meantime. And what's also good is that, again, I'm injured. Look, I'm winded already. Like if you do enough of those, they're gonna work. And you see how much space I need? Like you don't really need no space. Again, you can do it in the shower. You do it while you was watching TV. Now, if I would have been doing those while I was watching the impeachment trial, I'm winded. Because you're incorporating a lot of different stuff. And that's old school. Like I remember doing that in like elementary school or something. Those work, right? Especially when you have a weak core, like I do. Like I know I have a weak core. Like I'm doing a bunch of push-ups and all that. But, that's why my middle back is having pain because I have a weak core. So that's why my shoulders are having problems because I have a weak core. So I'm gonna start doing those, and you can do those anywhere. I can do those in the truck, and they've been around forever. I don't know why I ever thought of it before, but circumstances sometimes cause you to think and try to do things different ways. Like I got a bunch of stuff in my life, just as a whole, that I'm having to, make some changes and do things differently than I had in the past. Just to be as an overall improvement. Like I'm working on my credit, I'm working on my budgets, I'm working on my finances, all of that. So everything's all piled up into one, and just sparking new ideas. It just helps you all the way around. Like the blood's flowing, the exercise, and you have to you have a setback here. With the injuries or whatever, you got to figure out how you can keep moving forward even though you have a setback. Sometimes you got to take a couple steps back to move forward. So, that's how it goes. That's just life. So with that, that's the update. We still making improvements. Like look, I'm getting a little bit more vascular. They was kind of popping out a little bit more earlier this morning, but it is what it is. But I mean, we had pretty much a week off again. But it was it really wasn't. I mean, moving that furniture, that is no joke. I had to move it twice a day. Like I move it into the thing and then take it. And I had washer and dryer. What do you call that? The couch. What do you call that? The wraparound couch. I forget what you call that, but you know what I'm talking about. It's a 3-piece couch, and it kind of goes in a circle. Well, I can't remember the name of that. Anyway, I had that, and then I had a bunch of other like, I had dressers and all, and I did moved it all by myself twice in 2 days, twice a day for 2 days. So my lower back was a little sore, and I kind of banged my fingers up a little stuff like that. It was cold, so we did get a little bit of a workout, just moving that stuff. So, it wasn't all bad. So, as far as the workout goes, but everything else turned out to be pretty good. So, with that, we're gonna keep it pushing and like, subscribe. We still on the journey. Stay tuned. We coming back. We gonna come back another week, and we gonna do some of them. I don't know what you call them exercises. I don't know what you call those, but maybe if we find out what to call, we may have to rename them or something. So yeah, stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be at you next week. Talk to you soon.